Over the past few decades, technology has greatly improved at a rather rapid pace. Such developments in technology have not only opened doors to new possibilities and broadened our capabilities, but they also have changed how users interact with technology. Since technology is now designed with a greater focus on the interfaces between humans and computers, the way people are able to interact with it has significantly improved. The field of studying this interaction is commonly referred to as human-computer interaction, or HCI. HCI has allowed for great changes in the world of technology. Some of the more beneficial achievements in technology from the research of HCI are brain-machine interfaces. Today's brain-machine interfaces use EEGs. The first EEG device was published by a Russian physiologist, Vladimir Pavlovich Neminsky, in 1912 and was primarily used on animals. It was not until 1924 when a German physiologist, Hans Berger, recorded the first human EEG. The EEG continued to grow in popularity on through the 1950s, where William Gray Walter began actually mapping electrical brainwave activity on the brain. But at this time, the device was still being used for research purposes only. Today, the EEG device is simply set up by placing anywhere from the standard 19 to 256 electrodes onto the scalp after light abrasion of the skin to avoid interference from dead skin cells. The EEG then measures electrical impulses from your brain cells. These devices have many uses, namely for rehabilitation purposes. Researchers have developed a BMI that helps rehabilitate stroke survivors by retraining their motor pathways using an EEG in combination with an orthotic exoskeletal device. However, BMIs and EEG technology are not only being used to help retrain patients with physical disabilities. The military has taken a step forward and are currently in the process of using it to give soldiers on the battlefield a sixth sense. Military scientists are using EEGs to tap into a soldier's unconscious recognition of objects. They do this by reading a specific brainwave called the P300. While the thought of controlling a device with signals from your brain was once unheard of, the advancement of brain-machine interfaces, or BMI, have allowed research teams to be able to make it and other impossible ideas possible. Some of these new technologies, especially those that are actually being physically implanted into the user, may seem alarming to some individuals. In addition, new interactive technologies have also created a few ethical concerns that may not only affect the individual users, but society as a whole. These ethical concerns include liability, safety, privacy, and research ethics. The concerns are raised as questions remain unanswered, such as, are BCI machines truly safe for the users? Are there any long-term effects from using a BCI machine? Do BCI machines invade privacy rights? Could BCI machines potentially be used for mind control purposes? And who is responsible for any damage caused by the BCI machine? Issues such as those are inevitable, but when it comes to a technology that has potential to save lives, the benefits of the technologies outweigh the risks. Society will simply have to react to these new technologies by applying them to the general rules that already exist within the society, or by creating new general rules for the new technology. For example, a solution to the ethical challenges could be increasing the awareness and knowledge of BMI and EEG machines to help eliminate malpractice. In addition, strict and explicit rules and regulations would also need to be established to ensure that the machines are not only being used properly, but ethically. Another solution to the ethical challenges of BMI and EEG machines could be establishing an in-depth evaluation, training, and information session to be completed by all potential users of the machines. Not only would the evaluation help to ensure that the user is capable of properly using the machine, but it would also help ensure that the benefits of the user using the machine outweigh any potential risks. The training would also help ensure that the user knows how to safely use the BMI and EEG devices, and the information session would ensure that the user is fully aware of all the benefits and risks they become susceptible to for using the BCI machine. In addition, the user could also receive a follow-up meeting with a BCI team to ensure that it is still safe and beneficial for the user. A third and final solution to overcome the ethical challenges could be deciding who is legally responsible for any potential damage or harm that the machines could cause. Once it is determined what the user and the developers are each liable for, in-depth legal documentation needs to be written and signed by each party. If the users are determined to be held responsible, they must accept full liability for situations out of the BCI developer's control before they will be permitted to use the machine. Resources should also be offered to users to help ensure that they understand the liability risks and know how to decrease any potential risk associated with the machine. To put it briefly, as the interaction between humans and machines grows and the line that defines human and machine dilutes, different issues and ethical concerns will continue to arise. As long as great care is taken to solve the ethical challenges, the benefits of BCI technology will continue to outweigh the risks.